This is the Iron Trader, and this is Midday Trading. Today, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite trades, Tesla, TSLA. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Tesla, your daily chart. Now, this is also always, I should say, it was one of my favorite trades because it's a really, really good scalper. I think it's going to be the future if you're looking for an EV trade. I just don't think GM, Ford, or Chrysler is really going to produce what Tesla does. Plus, he's got his hands in everything. That being said, this is also a really good two-way trade. Okay, so you can go TSLA long, but you can also go TSLS. Okay, which is a very, very good trade also. So if you look at TSLS, that is an ETF. That's a short. The low on that was 17.11, and the high was 34.92. So you can see how the spread was, where you can actually make some good money on the short side also. But let's just take a look here at the old chart. Well, first of all, here let's look at the MACD. Well, you're sitting at the bottom, basically. Oversold conditions is what we have going on here. What we have going on here on your RSI here, well, there's no divergences here on this that I can see as of right now. But you're back above the low level, so we got to see if we can crack right back up into the 70 level. But that's going to be like a little bit over time. So let's take a look here on the chart, bigger up a little bit. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so this is when you had the earnings. Okay, so I always point out, watch that key 8 SMA here. See that? It came all the way down here, and now it looks like it's flattening out a bit here. So you can look at this chart, and you can say, well, let me just see here. Well, we do kind of have a left shoulder ahead, and your right shoulder is building. Now, again, if this price goes below 175.01, well, that would negate that pattern. All right, so let's just take a look here at the upside first. So you want to watch this key 8 SMA. This is key. You can see here the last two candles right into it. All right, see, this is why that 8 SMA is so important. So what you want to watch here is 186.84. That is going to be very, very key. And then what we do is just go to the left of the chart here. Next level here is going to be 189.79. And then we have 192.62. And then we'll come right up here to this key 21 day here at 193.93. That's going to be very, very key level. Now, again, if we can get above, this is the candle that we want to look at. This here is 196.36. There's your gap. And then we look to the bottom of this candle, which is basically 206.77. That's your fill. So we have your gap, okay, and then your fill. And then we can do is just run right on up here. So then if you can get above that, you got 212.73. You have 215.65. We have 217.80. And then you can work yourself up here to this key 50 SMA here, sitting at 222.28. And then we have your 100 above that at 228.56. And then 233.01. What I don't like about this is see your 21 day, just a water slide, 50-day water slide, 100-day water slide, okay? And then we have your 8 day now, which is leveling out, but you notice how strong that resistance is. So let's take a look here on the downside. So you want to watch this key level. That's 183.35. That was today's low. Then we look to yesterday's low at 182.11. And then what we can do is we can come over to this candle. You're looking at 182 flat here. And then we have 180.06. And then you have 177.11. And then your big retest here is 175.01. So you say, well, why did this come down here to your 182.11? Well, if you look right to the left of your chart here, what do you have? You got 182.10. See how that is right across? So always look to the left of your chart here. So when you see the sell-off, look to the left and then keep on going down. That way you know where your support level is. Now the next level is going to be this candle here at 180.06. Okay, so that works, and then all the way down. Now again, this is a possible, I'm going to say again, possible inverse head and shoulders pattern. You have a left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. As long as it holds this key neckline in it, but if you close below that 175.01, well, then that pattern is negated, and that is doesn't really mean anything. That head and shoulders inverse head and shoulders is gone. So the key level here on the downside to watch is that 175.01. Now, if that is lost, we just look here to the left of the chart. So then what we have here is we got 172.05. We'll have 167.19. And then we come down 164.35. And then we can get down to this area, which is basically a 158.93. And then you have your big retest down here at 152.37. Again, I always like to show you those targets, but the key is this 175. You're not going to hit that level unless you lose that key 175.01. That is going to be very, very crucial, okay? So again, just watch these candles here. Watch today's low at that 183.35, yesterday's low at 182.11. That is going to be key because basically what you have yourself an inside day here so far. And then, you can just follow the candles down until you hit the 175. The upside is very, very clear, okay? So you got basically 186.83. That is that 8 SMA. That is very crucial. If you can get above, you can follow the candles, but your target is going to be this 21 SMA at 193.93. If you can get above that, then this is the candle that you want to watch. That's that 196.36. There's your gap. And then watch the bottom of that candle. That's 206.77, your fill. So you got your gap and your fill. So just watch your 8, 21 day, your gap, your fill. If you can get above that, then your nice target up here at 222.29, which is your 50 SMA. Okay, so let's take a look here on a weekly chart. Okay, here we have a weekly chart. Now you can see this chart. That's why I always like to look at a weekly. So when you had a high of 414.50, okay, and then we put in a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. See, that all tells you, okay, that's got to be in a selling and a shorting position. This is where I made a lot of money on that TSLS because that was a really nice, good short. Okay, same way with here. Now we have the same thing going on here on this. Let's see. So what do we have? You had a high of 299.29, and then we just had a series of lower highs all the way and down until she falls all the way and over the cliff. Now, what we have to look at here is these key SMAs here. So when you look at that 8 SMA, you see how that's rolled over? Look at the 21 day, see how that's rolled over? Now you're crossing below, which is going to force that price right on down. So again, you definitely just want to watch that 175.01. That's very, very important. Again, if that's lost, you can follow these candles right on down. On weekly, it's very, very easy to see for big numbers or big targets. Okay, so you got 164.35 here. You have 158.83, and then this is the candle that you want to watch. That's that 152.37. Okay, so that is very, very crucial. That will be your next big target if you lose that 175.01. And then obviously you can just follow the candles here all the way on down. And then your big retest is all the way here at 101.81. Now, this was a beautiful short here all the way down because this is when he was buying the X or Twitter, whatever it was at that time, okay? So this was actually really good because he was pulling money out here to get this. Now, again, he's in a deal here that how he wants to get paid. He wants 25% of the company and or 56 billion dollars. But again, that's a ridiculous amount of money. But if you look at it from another point of view is, Musk is Tesla, Tesla is Musk. If he's gone, I don't know what Tesla is going to do as far as going forward. You're not going to have that innovation and everything that's going to go with it. So you have to be, we got to see how that's all going to shake out. But bottom line here, just watch that key 175.01. If that's lost, then she's going to go lower, and we can find all the nice targets going down. When you look at your RSI here, well, this here could go lower here on the weekly. That is not oversold as of yet. Your MACD, well, your momentum's going here on the downside. Green below the red, that's never really good. But one thing I do want to point out to you here on the weekly chart, okay? Now, this is a big picture kind of a situation. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay? Unless this level right here, 101.81, is lost, okay? This is still intact on the weekly, okay? Just like we had the small one on the daily, this is still intact. So you really want to look at this neckline, which is basically 152.37. Okay, so you really want to watch that. If you start losing that and you start coming down here, well, then that would negate this head and shoulders pattern. But I pointed it out before. So if you're looking at a longer time frame, you do have a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder here. The key is you have to maintain that 152.37. If that's lost and it comes down here, down to retest this, well, then that pattern is negated. Okay, so actually TSLA right now, my personal opinion right now is I scalp this pretty much every day. Even if you can get a 2, 3, 4 points out of it, that's always money basically in your pocket. Okay, so Tesla is one of my favorite trades, but don't be afraid to take the TSLA long and the TSLS short. All right, that's what I got for you on Yo Tessie. Thanks for watching.